Okay, welcome to Pass the Word. This is a brand new talk show to inform the residents of Riviera Beach about the exciting things that's taking place in our community. My name is Steve White and I will be your host. Today we're going to talk to you about an educational opportunity that's taking place in our city that many of you may not be aware of. We're going to talk to you about the Riviera Beach Maritime Academy, and my guest today is Mrs. Tanya Hicks Brown. She is the principal of the school. So first of all, I'd like to welcome you to the show.
Thank you. Thank you, Steve.
Okay, and so tell us a little bit about the Riviera Beach Maritime Academy. First of all, when did it start and some of the exciting things that's taking place on the campus?
Riviera Beach Maritime Academy started about 9 years ago, and there was a marine program at Palm Beach Lakes High School, and basically when Riviera Beach Maritime Academy started, we were able to replace that program, if you will, and add to it to expose students in the Riviera Beach area to the maritime science and technology. It started out probably more pure maritime, with the thought of, again, exposing the students of Riviera Beach and surrounding communities to the fact that this is a port city. There's a nice marina here. Our school is about 3 blocks west of the Intercoastal. 3 blocks west of the Port of Palm Beach and also the marina. And so it started to expose students to seamanship, the marine trades, if you will, and then later expanded to include science and technology. And when I say science and technology, we have programs such as information technology, marine biology, environmental science. Students can dual enroll. Students can take advanced placement courses through Riviera Beach Maritime Academy. So it's a wide range of pre-engineering, pre-architecture. So there's a wide range of things that as we move into this 21st century and STEM jobs become where employment is headed, we're able to train students for those fields.
Okay, now it's a high school, it's a charter high school,
It is
correct?
a high school, 9th through 12th grade.
And where is it located?
We're right next to Southwest of Boys and Girls Club, right here in Riviera Beach, right off of 13th Street.
Now you mentioned STEM. A lot of people hear that term, but they may not know exactly what it means. So tell us a little bit about STEM and why it's so important for parents and their students.
Sure. STEM is just an acronym for science, technology, engineering, math. And those are high-paying fields, basically. If you have those foundations, of math and being able to think like an engineer, having some exposure to technology and science, there are many, many doors that are open for young ladies and young men to be able to take the horns, grab the reins of some of the better paying jobs in the future.
Right. Now,
technology isn't going anywhere. It's expanding, and science is driving a lot of areas as well.
Absolutely. Now, there's been a lot of misconceptions about the school. Well, first of all, a lot of people don't know about the Riviera Beach Maritime Academy, even though it sits right here in the city of Riviera Beach. Some people we know have thought it was a vocational school. So, again, tell us a little bit about we know it focuses on STEM, but of course, obviously, the name itself indicates that it focuses on the marine industry as well.
Correct.
Okay. And it's a high school,
It's a free public charter high school. When you hear the word charter just simply means that we have an agreement with the Palm Beach County School District, and we're a public school, but we're privately managed. So being a public school, there is no tuition, and students have to have the same accountability, if you will, as they would in any other high school, as far as grades, test scores, and graduation requirements.
So do they have to apply to enter the school?
Yeah, you do have to apply to get in.
And
we are a choice
requirements.
We are a choice program,
okay.
And students, have to, maintain good grades, have a 2.0 or better, really, to enter our academy. We've raised the bar a bit as we've gone along to attract the students that can fare well, that can do well in our mostly honors program. And so as far as admission requirement, we look for students with good behavior, that look for students with good grades, and more so an interest in either maritime, science, or technology.
Okay.
Those areas that we specialize in.
Okay, and like you said, in South Florida, I mean, the marine industry is huge.
It is.
So it's
Florida's
definitely
surrounded by water.
Right,
in it, yeah.
right,
$14
absolutely.
billion industry.
Okay. Now, what would you say to a parent that's interested in looking for a high school for their child as to why they should consider the Maritime Academy? I mean, I know, like you said, we talked about the marine industry, the STEM, et cetera. But what else would you say to a parent that was looking for a high school, as well as what would you say to the student, him or herself?
Well, you know, most of the district schools are pretty big. You know, they house, 2,000 or more students. And sometimes, students can get lost in the crowd in a bigger environment. The Riviera Beach Maritime Academy offers a smaller experience. It's a 200-member high school.
Okay.
And so in a 200-member high school, you certainly get to know everybody. Everybody gets to know, the teachers. Teachers get to know the students. We get to know the parents. And so there's that arrangement where parents and teachers and students are working together for success. And I would say that that's one of the main highlights or benefits of the Maritime Academy is that small school environment.
Now, I know there are two other things that I find very unique about the school. One, of course, you all have a 4-day school week.
We do. We have a 4-day school week.
And then there's also a lot of hands-on activities for the students.
Absolutely. That's another hallmark of the Academy. Just about everything that we do, particularly as far as electives, is very hands-on. Let me tell you a little bit about our programs, Steve. In addition to the marine trades like marine mechanics and boat building and seamanship, where students actually learn to captain a vessel, the programs, again, I mentioned STEM, science, technology, engineering.
Right.
We have a pre-engineering, pre-architecture focus, through the drafting classes. Students actually learn how to bring a product to market. They learn how to think like an engineer. They learn how to, start with a sketch or a design and just invent or develop something perhaps that would be useful in some way, shape, or form. And so those skills are invaluable. Not only do we have the pre-architecture and the pre-engineering and the marine trades, but we also focus on marine science. And again, Florida's surrounded by water. Marine science drives a lot of things. Say a student was interested in being a doctor or a nurse. Well, it wouldn't hurt to be at a small school and learn science.
Right.
So that's another area that we offer. I've heard that there's a type of crab, for example, the horseshoe crab, that has some substance in it that lends itself to possibly being a treatment for cancer.
Okay.
And so, these are the types of things that most people aren't aware of. They don't usually think in terms of. We don't usually think in terms of marine biology, but
Right.
it's yet another science, another area that we can explore.
Okay. Now, there are two things also I want to talk about. I know that the school is going to offer a summer camp.
Correct.
This summer for the first time. Okay, for middle school students.
Let me back up a second, too. I don't want to neglect while we
Okay.
were talking about programs, too. We have
Okay, go
information technology also
Okay.
at Maritime Academy. And information, IT is huge.
Yes.
It's a high-paying field.
Right.
I think you have a son in IT. I have a son
Yeah.
that's in the IT
Doing
field.
well.
And they're both doing well, exactly. And there are a lot of opportunities in that area. Students are able to earn certifications. Most students that come into the school are able to earn their MOS certification within their first year there at the school. When I say MOS, Microsoft Office Specialist.
Okay.
So that can become a part of their portfolio. They're learning Word, PowerPoint, Excel to a level where they're actually Microsoft certified. Then I have some students that have gone on to higher levels of IT, where they've learned operating systems, they've learned about networking or network security, or they've gotten certified, they've gotten their A+ certification, which is repair, being able to diagnose and repair a computer. And so all of those are I look at Maritime Academy as a grounds for training students for high-paying jobs of tomorrow, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I do want to come back to the camp, so let's get two things in real quickly. So when students graduate from the Riviera Beach Maritime Academy, they're prepared to either go off to college or go into the work world?
Correct. They
Okay.
could do either. We have had some students do either. Many go on to college. Some have gone on to prestigious maritime academies and have the potential to leave those types of academies earning $75,000–$80,000 a year right out of college by focusing on fields like logistics, which logistics is basically how things get from place to place. So it's really a business program. But some of the maritime schools offer those types of programs. And we've had kids go on to UCF, FAU, many do Palm Beach State for the cost factor and the ability to stay at home and to make some, further decisions before they go off to a university, kind of fine tune what they want to do. So, we've had kids go to Baylor, out in Texas. We've had students go all over in Florida to colleges and universities.
Okay.
Florida Memorial even, yeah.
So, well, before we run out of time, I know that I'm going to be involved with the summer camp, so I definitely want to talk about that, which is the summer camp for middle school students. It's an academic summer camp, and this is the first year that the school has conducted a summer camp, correct?
It is, it is.
So, what do you want to add about the summer camp for the parents and students that may be listening, looking for something for their children for this summer? Because one of the things that I've always said is that there's always camps for young children. Of course, the high school students probably doing their own thing, but now we're offering a camp for middle school students.
Right. So for rising 7th, 8th, and 9th graders, we're offering a STEM camp. Again, STEM is science, technology, engineering, math, but in a fun way. It may be built,
and the marine,
and the maritime aspect as well. For example, students may learn how to, they may engage in an underwater robotics competition. During the school year, we certainly have competed. Riviera Beach Maritime has competed all over the United States and in Canada in underwater robotics. So I expect that the summer program may take on some of that flavor as well, where students may build an underwater robot and then compete, race them in a swimming pool or compete on a mission. Let me see if my robot can beat your robot doing this, and just do some fun things, for the girls and guys who may like to design things, develop things, create things. I think it's going to be an exciting summer camp.
And I know we're planning some exciting field trips for the students, and like you said, a lot of hands-on activities as well. It's a 6-week camp.
Correct.
That starts on June 15th and goes for 6 weeks. And the camp is
towards
free
the
as
end
well.
Of July. It is free.
Yeah, free as well.
Free is good.
Free is good. Free is good. We can't argue with good. So they just need to contact the school.
Right. Contact the school, and we can provide parents with a registration form and additional information so that they can plan on attending.
Okay, and the number
girls
for the
and
school,
guys,
if they want to call the school?
For the STEM camp. The number for our RBMA is 841-7600. So they can call the main office, 841-7600, and get information on the summer camp.
Okay, and one other thing.
Or the school itself.
Yeah, for both, really, for the camp as well as for the school itself.
Correct.
Before we run out of time, something else that occurred to me. I know a lot of students, like we said, they weren't really aware of the great offerings at the school. And then we also know that some students, they want to attend their neighborhood schools because they are concerned about being able to participate in sports and other extracurricular activities.
Band, things like that, right.
So we know now that you can attend the Riviera Beach Maritime Academy and still participate in sports or band or whatever at your assigned school.
Absolutely.
Right. Okay.
There is a provision or a policy out there in the school district where if you're attending a charter school, you may still play for your home school, especially. Let me just leave it at that. You can play for your home school.
Okay.
So football. I've had kids swim for Jupiter. I've had kids play baseball for Suncoast. I've had some of our students, play football for Inlet Grove or Gardens or other high schools.
Okay.
So just a variety of different sports and band, for lakes, just depends on where their home school is and whether they can get there after school to their home school to participate.
So right here in the city of Riviera Beach, we have the Riviera Beach Maritime Academy.
Correct.
A great charter high school, free.
It is.
For high school students, 9th through 12th. Then we're going to have this great academic summer camp for middle school students this summer, again free.
Yep.
6 weeks of just great hands-on activities, field trips, etc.
Mm-hmm.
And it's right here in the city of Riviera Beach.
Right here.
Okay, so all they need to do is just contact the school and take advantage
Just
of it.
contact the school and take advantage of what we have available here. Again, I would say that the small school environment is a plus. You know, sometimes our students can get lost in the crowd.
Absolutely.
When your
right.
teachers know you and can make a phone call home perhaps and say, hey, you know, I'm here, I'm available on a Friday, I'm available after school to work with your student. You know, can you pick them up, you know, after we're done with the tutoring session? You know, I really want to see that student succeed. It can make all the difference in whether that student makes it to college or is scholarship eligible. So I think that that's one of the highlights of the Academy, is that we really do work hard with our students to make sure that they are well prepared.
So it's a family atmosphere there.
I would
you say that?
definitely say so, yes.
Okay, all right, okay. Well, what we want to do again is just encourage people to contact the school and take advantage of this resource. You know, I mean, I know that education is critical to our children's success.
It is.
And to have this type of a school right here in the city of Riviera Beach, the best thing that we can do is just encourage people to take advantage of it. So the number again is 841.
841-7600, Steve.
Okay, for more information. And my guest has been Mrs. Tanya Hicks Brown. She's the principal of the school, and I know we're also going to talk to a couple of students later on also about the school as well.
I appreciate you having me on the show, Steve.
Well, thank you very much.
And I've enjoyed being able to talk about the Riviera Beach Maritime Academy.
Absolutely. We'll do it again. Thank you.